this video, we are going to continue with compound angle formula. You will find this on page 448 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Now, we are going to solve equations using compound angles. If you look at the previous examples, all of them, this was just a proof, but most of them was basically an expression. Did you see that? And it's always like this. Expressions, can I just show you? It was all expressions. Expressions help you to solve equations. So you learn the basic principles, and then this is usually how they will ask it in an examination. Okay, so this is very important. I'm going to start with an example. Show that the equation sin, so there you see the compound, sin, and you know the formula, is equal to 2 sin x, can be written in the form tan x equals k, where k is a constant. And again, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, it's good. Now, basically, remember this is your compound. So, can you remember the sin one? So, it's sin 60, then it's cos x. Then the signs are the same, then it's cos 60, then it's sin x. Okay. Now, if you're going to do, I'm using this. So, now, this is your special angle, so you can find values for this. So if you think of sin 60, now you can go to your unit circle. Actually, I want to show you on both. Let's go to the unit circle. And then I'll show you here also, because I like it if you can connect the things. Okay, so here I am at the unit circle, and I'm at sin 60. So it's basically this. And can you remember that this was cos and this was sin? So if I'm looking at this example, I'm basically going to say it's going to be a half, and it's square root 3 over 2. Okay, so I can either do it on this. Okay, so let's just go back. Okay. Still in front. Okay, so basically I could have said from the unit circle, I know that it was a half and square root 3 over 2, and this was representing, remember, first always cos, and this is sin. Oh, okay, so if I'm looking, and let's just, I'm here, sin, so it was square root, do you see, square root 3 over 2. Okay. So you can either use that from the unit circle, or you can basically say sin of 60, that's opposite over hypotenuse, which is square root 3 over 2. That's usually, okay. Then I don't have this is unknown, so cos. I just write cos x. And then I'm going to get cos of 60. And can you remember, it's a half, but you can again say adjacent over hypotenuse, and it's a half. Okay, so I'm basically, now I don't like fractions. So I put it over 1, and I multiply 2, and I multiply 2, because it's an equation. So I can basically cancel the fractions, and I want to show you another one, by just multiplying 2 over 1, 2 over 1, that's the other way of doing it, 2 over 1. So that 2's cancel, and 2, and that becomes 4. Do you see that? Okay, now I see that's a sin x and that's a sin, so take it to that side and it's add both the 4, so it's 5. Okay, then I divide cos and I divide cos, and I'm ending with this because I'm striving to go to that tan. And then I divide 5, and I end with this. So the value of k is square root 3 over 5. But they just want to find, written in the form tan x equals k, and that's your value of k. So basically, therefore, tan x is equal to square root 3 over 5. Okay, then, hence, solve the equation. Now, usually, and I mentioned it before in previous videos, when they say hence, it's meaning usually that A must help you now. Now, basically, they helped you by letting you simplify A, because now after you simplify, now you can just use this value here. So you can basically just use that. Okay, because you know that this is equal to this now. Okay, and now I'm just going to solve this, tan is where positive. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, I'm back at chapter 4, and then I'm just going to say, okay, so get your basic angle. So press on your calculator, shift tan bracket, square root 3 over 5, close the bracket, equal. Make sure your angle, your calculator is on degrees, and then you'll get your basic angle, make it to 2 decimal places so that the final one is correct to 1 decimal place. So it's 19.1, this is 199.1, okay, 19.1, so it's 19.1, this is 180 plus 19.11, and there is my final answer. That's how I do it. Okay, and that's how you're going to find it in the examination. I want you to stop the video, and I think this is a very good exam example also with the hinge, and this is why I'm going to let you do number 2. So stop the video, and as soon as you are finished, you can continue the video. Okay. So I didn't write here, but this is try now 11. Let's just write it. Try now 11. Okay. And this is number 2. And I'm at number 2. Okay, let's start. Show. Okay, so it's almost like a proof. That's what they say. That sin, and it's theta plus 60 degrees plus sin, and it's theta plus 120 degrees, and that's the proof, the identity, 1, 2, 3, and then that will be square root 3 cos theta. Okay, so remember, this is again my compound angle, so let's just write it down. Can you recall that? So that is going to be, so let's just start. It's going to be, remember it's the sin, so it's sin theta cos 60, sign the same, plus sin, the second one, 60 cos theta. Okay, so I can keep it almost first like that. Okay, let's go on. Plus, now it's exactly the same rule. So it's sin theta, and then it's cos 120 plus, okay, let's go on, and it's cos 120, cos theta, sorry, first one, so it's cos theta sin 120, must be the opposite there, sin 120, meaning, and what do I mean by that? I mean it's the opposite that it was sin theta and now it's cos theta. Then it's cos 120, then it's sin 120. Okay. Now you must never forget your special triangles. Okay, because values can be put in there. So I can find the value, no, sorry, not that one. I can find the value, and remember your unit. So if I'm going to say, and okay, let me go. I think we have it already from the unit circle. Let's just see if it was cos, yeah, this is the 60. Can you remember? This was also 60, so this is coming from the unit circle. So in quadrant 1, it will be this. But you must not forget that where is 120? 120 is in this quadrant, but it's also making that 60. Okay, so in this quadrant, it will be a half, and it will be square root 3 over 2. That's 60. But if it's this one, now you must just think. Remember, this is cosine. So what is cos in this quadrant? So it's negative a half. But what is sin in this quadrant? It's positive, square root 3 over 2. Okay, so remember that from the unit circle. Okay, so basically, I can now go on, and I can say sin theta, it's unknown. But I can cos 60. What is cos 60? So multiply, I said, remember, your first one is cos, and your second one is sin. So what is cos? It's a half. Do you agree? Okay, so I'm basically just going to say a half there. Okay. plus, what is sin 60? Now remember, sin, so it's square root 3 over 2. I'm first going to put small bracket, multiply, I will now cos theta. Okay. Plus, let's go on. Now, it's again sin theta, but now it's cos 120. So what is cos? It's negative a half. Plus, let's go on, move it a little bit. So what is it? It's cos theta multiply sin 120. Now what is sin? Remember what I said? This is cos and this is sin. Okay, but what is sin? It's square root 3 over 2. So square root 3 over 2. Okay, I'm going to simplify this a little bit. So it's going to be a half sin theta plus square root 3 over 2 cos theta. Just get the pen correct. Okay, but now be careful for this one. Do you see there? This one is going to be negative. Okay, so this is going to be negative a half sin theta plus square root 3 over 2 cos theta. Okay, and now I can simplify this. Did you see what happened? This one cancel with this one. Okay, and then I have now, and oh no, look here. This is exactly like terms. Do you see it's like? So it's almost like it's 1 plus 1, so it's 2 square root 3 over 2 cos theta, and this cancel out, so it's square root 3 cos theta. Okay, and now I should have said here, sorry, I didn't say here, because they said show, so I should have said left hand side equals. Okay, are you with me? Because it's an expression there. Then I can say there is equal to the right hand side. Do you see? And that's how I prove it. Okay. Now I go on. And now I'm going to say to you, okay, let's go on. It's now number B. So as soon as they say henge, it means use A. So find the exact value of, okay, now it means, and you don't see it so good now, but if you write it down, so it's sin 105 plus sin 165. Okay, this is the first one. Now, you must see, okay, so this is sin, and again you work with your special angles. So what will give me 105? It will be 45, do you agree, plus 60. Because how can you see that? It's almost like, oh, okay, here it is. Sorry, I have to look here. It's plus 60. Now, what plus 60 will give you 105? So it's just going to be 45 there. So theta is, and then this will also be 45. Do you agree? And that's plus, look, sin, and let's see if we can put it in again there. The 45. What is 45 plus 120? That is going to give me the 165. Do you see that? Okay. Okay, and now I must use. So basically what I must realize now is that was exactly what I was writing down now there. Did you see that? So basically, I can say now that this is equal to this. So in the place of this, I can now write that this is going to be equal to, let's just keep to yellow, equal to square root 3 cos, okay, cos, but now let's just see, can I show you? There was 45 theta, there's 45, and what will this theta then also be? 45. So it's equal to square root 3 cos of 45. And now again I have a special. And what is cos of 45? Now remember, I'm just quickly going to, it's 1 square root 2. This is going to be 45. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's 1 over square root 2. So it's square root 3 multiply 1 over square root 2. And that is going to be square root 3 over square root 2. Okay, I can even go to chapter and make it, let's just make it a little bit longer. I can make it square root 3 over 2, or I can rationalize it. It's square root 3 over square root 2 multiply square root 2, and that's square root 6 over 2. Okay, now we go on. So find the exact value. So it will either, and you can test it on your calculator. Press on your calculator square root, bracket, 3 divide 2, close the bracket, equals. It's giving 1.224. Okay. Then press square root 6, divide 2 equals 1.22. So this will be correct. This will also, especially because they don't expect you to rationalize the denominators, I think, in the Namibian syllabus. Okay, now I move on. Now I say solve the equation. And now you must see that this, okay, again, compare. Do you see this? Do you see this? And now you say it's equal to this. So what is if this, then basically this two will be equal. Did you see that? So I can, okay, and I'm just going to, I wonder if I'm going to need it. Yes, okay, let's just keep it. I don't want to clean it. I will just work here. Okay, so if I've come to the second one of number B, I'm basically saying, and I will just show you, sin, it's not necessary that you write it like this. I'll just show you, plus sin, sorry, my pen, plus theta, plus 120, and that's equal to sec theta. Okay, so basically, I can now actually say that in the place of this, I can write this because I'm in terms of theta now. So I'm going to say square root 3 cos theta is equal to sec theta. Or, as I said to you, I can basically, yes, this is basically what I showed you there. And now I can just go on and I can say square root 3 cos theta, and this is 1 over, remember, third cos theta. And now I'm going to solve that equation. And how am I going to solve it? Okay, let's just quickly go here. And I'm going to say, okay, put it over 1, cross multiply. So it's square root 3 cos square theta is 1. So cos square theta is 1 over square root 3. And now, remember, chapter 4, so cos, I take the square root on both sides, so cos theta equals, and now I can just take plus minus, because it's a square root, 1 over square root 3. Okay, so this is basically what I'm going to get, and now I'm going to go back to chapter 4, and I'm going to solve. But before I do this, I want to always read your question. They say, only theta is bigger than equal to 0 and 180. So if you make your course diagram, if you're going to make your course diagram, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I make my course diagram. But because this stands, I block out this part because it's just from 0 to 180. But now I'm going to say, where is cos positive? Okay, don't forget your cost. Where is cos positive? Cos is going to be positive there. Now, it's also there, but it's blocked out. Where is cos negative? It's going to be there, also there, but it's blocked out. So it's only these two angles. Now, before I start, I'm first going to get my basic angles. And how do you get your basic angle? You are going to press Shift, cos, and then you're going to press square root, bracket, 1 divide square root 3, close the bracket, equals. And I'm getting, make it 2 decimal places, 40.55 degrees. Okay, 2 decimal places so that your final answer is correct to 1 decimal place. Now I'm going to say, therefore, theta can only be in this one and this. So it's going to be 40 let's just write theta, sorry. I forgot, I just want to say, make sure that your calculator is on degrees before you press this. So theta is going to be 40.6, or theta is going to be 180 minus 40.6. So 180 minus 40.6, and that is going to be 139.4. No, sorry, I want to correct it. It's first work with your basic angle. So it's 180 minus 40.55, and that is going to be 139.5. Okay, so it's 40.6 or 139.5, and that is going to be your final answer.